Ladies and gentlemen, now today, hopefully, we're going to be having a little bit of fun with the 6-star version of Electra, and I think it's been like a good year and a half since I've done any sort of Electra gameplay on the channel. I think we once did like a champion of the day on this character, and Electra, she's a bit of an interesting one. She does a couple of stuff, fairly well, and is most known for two mechanics. So the first one is her ability accuracy reduction. If the opponent has any form of debuff on them, their ability accuracy is reduced by 85%, so it's really big there. Amazing synergy with the Despair Mastery and also parry as well, but also it synergizes very nicely with her bleeds and armor breaks. And also the second thing about Electra that a lot of people know is the guaranteed crits. So below 15%, if you have unawakened, you get guaranteed crits, but if you have her awakened, it bumps it up to below 25%. And then also the second component of the awakened ability is a little bit more crit damage as well. So the awakened ability is a very nice one to have, but it's not really super essential for this champion. However, it's a really nice bonus for that 25 to 15% region. But anyway, let's level this lass up and get into some content ASAP. Now, for today's gameplay, we're going to go into a bit of Act 5, Chapter 3, into the Black Panther quest, which is the skill chapter here. And team synergy-wise, we're just going to go for the standard X-Men team synergy, because to the best of my knowledge, there are no, really good unique synergies for Electra. There's one with Kingpin that gives her, a little bit more bleed duration, but that's, so small for the champion that I don't really think it's going to be all that great. But if you are a pro Electra player and we're missing anything in terms of team synergy or the way that we're playing this champion, please do let me know in the comments section below. I'm very curious if there are any hardcore Electra players out there. But you very rarely see Electra gameplay nowadays, man. However, off the first special one, you've got, I think it's a 75% chance to bleed off both of the ninja star throws there. So ideally you're hoping for 2 bleeds, man, because the bleed damage is very nice once you get it off. But that was a pretty good fight against Rocket. 33 hits there. Certainly not too bad. Not the absolute best fight that I've ever seen for a 6-star rank 1, but it was okay there. It was okay. Rocket is fairly flimsy as well, so let's test out Thor Jane Foster. Chuck in a couple of special ones and see how we get on. And I actually do love Electra's special 3 as well, man. It's not that useful damage wise, but it does look badass. So now that I've said that, I feel like I have an obligation to show it. Sorry about that, lads, just got a phone call mid-fight there, but it's all sorted. I was just saying that now that I've said that the special 3 is badass, we need to show it off in this fight, man. So, I know it's got quite a big bleed associated with it, but it's fairly short duration, so we'll see how it works, man. We'll see how it works. I think if we go for it, right now, it should be enough to finish off the fight, maybe? Don't know if this is too ambitious, man. Ugh, look at that, though. That is a savage special 3. Absolutely denied at the end there. There we go. Oh, okay, sorted. I didn't know we had crits on block as well. I didn't know that was a feature of that. I didn't really know what I was doing toward the end of that matchup as well, in all fairness, man. Because we were playing it a little bit too risky with Thor Jane Foster there. I was just tremendously lucky. Let's see if we can move down a little bit further to the Archangel matchup here. Will the crits through block? Is that a feature? Is that... Oh, maybe that was yeah, I think under 15% guaranteed crits. It looks like those extend to block as well, which is a bit of an interesting one. I suppose that's the way it does function with Corvus, so yeah. I totally forgot about that feature of Electra though, man. It's a pretty cool one. Alright, let's smash into Archangel here. Obviously, we do have the class disadvantage in this matchup. But I do want to show off the special 2 as well. Right, let's get a cheeky little 5 combo in here. Special 2. We get some bleeds, double bleed there. The bleed damage off the special 2 isn't much more than the special 1 bleed damage though. So I think if you want to have, the most uptime on your bleeds, and again, any debuff is associated with the ability accuracy reduction. So if you're just looking to hammer that home, just special 1 all the way. I do like firing off all our specials, man. They're all very satisfying to land. So yeah, she's not too bad to start off with. I think one of the main problems Electra has nowadays is just the damage output and performance is nowhere near the level of a lot of God tier or beyond God tier champions, and that's one of the reasons I don't really think you see Electra played at all in some of the higher end content. And also champions like Aegon can do everything Electra can do and a little bit more, but I don't think it would take like a lot to make Electra a bit of a better character. Like, I'd increase her base damage a little bit and then give her something like Assassin's Charges that maybe she gets by winning a fight, or maybe she gets every like 20 hits or so. And maybe if all of those increased her crit damage, her attack rating, and also her bleed duration as well, or her power gain rate instead of that, then I think you can have like a really interesting way as Electra, you know, does more and more hits and wins more and more fights to kind of ramp up this champion a little bit. Because I feel like if champions want to be interesting and competitive now, they need a way to ramp up to like a really, really good level of damage where they can tackle these crazy like 500k, a million health pools, you know, there's all sorts of mad stuff knocking about in the end game. But she does certainly, you know, she doesn't feel like a massive noodle, man, and the animations do make her a bit of a pleasure to play at the same time. So we do have Groot up next, and one of the things that I liked about Electra back in the day was she was one of the first champions to have an if you can't bleed the opponent mechanic, then something else is going to happen, and that something else of Electra is Armor Break. So I think as Electra and X-23 were like the, I think the first two champions to have something like this. But I guess against Groot, man, with his debuff resistance, this is not going to be as effective. So maybe I just want to go for the Special 2. I think there's a lot bit more base damage if you fire off the Special 2 in comparison. Let's keep on drilling in, lads. But this is, without the bleeds, you know, a little bit of a longer fight to deal with. There we go. Also, if she just had more ways to get, like, Armor Break on top of the bleed, that would be great. And if special attacks applied like lots of stacks of bleed, then that will give her like the additional synergy with the spare to block and mitigate a lot of healing as well. So yeah, I'd love to see stuff like that, man. That'd be really, really good. But I don't think, I just feel like, you know, a couple of hours, man, messing about with Electra, you could just make her a much better champion if you wanted to buff and tune her up a bit more. But I'd love to see an Electra buff. That'd be really, really good. Because I don't think she would need too much. She's got some really good stuff at her base, man. That guaranteed crit to finish off the fight is really nice. And also the ability accuracy reduction is still one of the strongest and most reliable in the game. Especially for like certain fights like Magic. Because you can just like stun Magic and then push her above a power threshold. And if you've got the stun ability accuracy reduction mastery as well, then you're not going to see Limbo. So that can be a pretty nice little interaction there. And what do we want to go for with Venom? Let's just see if we can dodge the SP1 here. And we'll 5 combo for off Special 1. A couple of ninja stars there, mate. Just about another Special 1 as well. We got no bleeds off that one. I think the bleed should be guaranteed at this point, man. There's like no reason that they should fail, you know? Just doesn't make too much sense character balance wise. Maybe like back in the day it did a little bit. Well, I don't think Electra was ever the most crazy OP champion, so it'd be nice to see that bleed chance go up to 100%, because I think she definitely deserves it, man. There we go, nice little slice in there. A couple of mediums, mate. This lad is down. Ugh, that final 15% always feels good when you're like charging into the opponent. And you just know what damage you're getting. You know it's going to crit. You know it's going to hit very, very hard. It's just a good time, man. It's a really, really good time. But let's move on to Yondu next. We've got to be a little bit careful on Yondu that we just go back and parry this lad. Because you always want to parry from a distance on Yondu. Because if you try and parry him up close, you might end up parrying a light and then get bled by his Yaka arrow. Yondu's another champion, man. We've got to revisit him at some point. He's very, very fun to play. I love Yondu's animations. Right. Let's chuck off those, hurl him back a little bit, which is perfect, because now he has to charge in, and we can just catch him with a parry there. Cheeky little 5 combo. Let's dodge that Yakka arrow if we can. Oh, I love Yondu's animations, man. Still one of my favorite. I just wish Yondu was a little bit more of a badass in this game, because I remember just seeing Yondu. What was it? Was it last year? No, it wasn't last year. It's the year before now. Oh my goodness, how time flies, lads. Time flies like crazy. But I don't know. I love that Yakka arrow and the whistling sounds, mate. He's just so much fun to play. But he's got a very nice heal block there. Okay, we got Unstoppable Colossus. I forgot whether or not the debuffs can cancel out Unstoppable. But we're about to find out. I think they can. I'm pretty sure ability accuracy does. So as long as we've got an armor break active, it should be alright. However, we couldn't quite get to a special one there. Just a little bit unfortunate. But now we can, lads. Right, armor break, perfect. And he's still got Unstoppable there. So I don't know if that was just the 15% chance that he was going to avoid it. Let's try again, man. Armor break. We got 2 stacks there. Wahey. Living life, boys. Living life. Well, I swear ability accuracy reduction works with Blade. I don't know if it's just the Juggernaut matchup. Maybe Unstoppable Colossus does have something that... It's been forever since I've had a look at his abilities. But I'm 99% sure ability accuracy reduction works with Juggernaut's Unstoppable. Champions like Archangel, Blade... Definitely seen Unstoppable fail to proc a few times, but apparently not Electra. But still, he went down there, so that was it was an end result, ladies and gentlemen, an end result. And then we've got a bit of Civil Warrior and Iron Fist as well. Civil Warrior is another champion, man. He's got some pretty badass animations. I love playing the character in terms of just like firing off all of his attacks, because they feel quite nice. Just, he is, and always has been, a gimped version of Vision. Alright, let's smack into that lad after his nifty little backflip there. Right, while he's got those stacks of armor, I think he has a bit of bleed resistance as well, so I'll be a little bit careful. Don't want to waste anything. There we go, that's going to be beautiful, isn't it? Guaranteed crits. Ah, especially with the Assassin's Mastery as well, which kind of beefs up your attack toward the end of the fight. It's just a really great combo for finishing, man. Really, really nice. So yeah, love a little bit of Electra Smackdown in the final phase. But there, you know, it is worth noting that there are still champions that even in that final phase, man, when she's got the guaranteed crits, there's a lot of champions that can still quite easily outdamage her in that phase. But there are just too many colossal damage titans in this game at this point, man. Right, let's dodge old Iron Fist there. Don't know why I'm trying to get the bleeds back to back here, actually. Should have maybe thrown it off at the earliest convenience. Because I don't think they can stack up. We got 2 there, so that's a pretty good time. There we go. Crit. Beautiful, mate. Straight in the bin. Man's going to die before he can finish his special. So that's already a matchup against Iron Fist there, man. Electra absolutely slaughtered that lad. And this time, we're going to go down the Hulkbuster, Doctor Strange path toward Black Panther Civil War. So Hulkbuster, he's a little bit more beefy, man, but the bleeds are a very effective mechanic against Hulkbuster. Because he's got all this friggin' armor, mate. But if we can bleed through it, it's a great time. And also, the lower you get Hulkbuster, the more damage mitigation he gets. If you pay close attention to the crits and values, it's going down and down and down. Right, another special one. Bleed and bleed. Oh, double bleed. That's what you want to see. Dodge those special ones there. See if we can get back in a second. Should have maybe chained on that special one there, but it is what it is. There we go. Oh, beautiful, mate. Beautiful. And there we go. Hulkbuster's down. 53 hits. Not too bad, man. Not too bad at all. I feel like our hits average out for a 6-star rank 1. Probably like 1,500, 1,600 by the look of it. Some of the health balls that we've been, you know, dealing with today. So it's nothing like super duper crazy impressive. Because my 4-star rank 3 Namor can still out damage this this Elektra. So it's still a well, it's not quite. It's nowhere near the gap that like Ebony Maw and Namor have, but it's still a fair gap, man. Right, let's truck off these. If we get double bleed, might be in for a good time. Not quite. Guaranteed crit on this last one. Can we crit into block here? Let's get this man down. 37 hits. Dude, that was an efficient kill against Doctor Strange there. Yeah, pretty happy about that one. And then we've got a bit of Angela. And then we're on to the final boss, Black Panther. So it's been a relatively smooth run with Elektra so far, man. She's been able to kind of blast through a lot of different matchups today. And now we've actually gone below 50%. We're going to get a little bit more damage as well from the masteries. I don't think this is going to quite get to a special 2. Perfect. That's exactly where we wanted to. Actually, I can just dodge a special 2. I'm getting better at them nowadays with Angela. There used to be a point in time, man, I just never go for Angela special 2 because I'd always fail the timing. But I'm getting there, lads. Getting there slowly but surely. Right, bleed 1 and no bleed 2. Yeah, she needs those guaranteed bleeds on both hits, man. And some sort of like charge mechanic that gives her like more attack, more crit damage, more bleed duration. She had something that kind of, you know, slowly ramped her up a little bit. She could be a much more relevant champion in the current state of the game. So maybe it's just a pipe dream, lads, but I'd love to see it at some point. Okay, I think we can immediately parry this dude. He's not going to have armor up at the start, right? Should be good. Yeah, it's just below 25% that he might have armor up from that node. If we get like a debuff on him, that's going to affect the chance of triggering armor. Should do. There we go, no armors at all. Oh, wow. That's an interaction I didn't even think about with this dude. But now he has an armor, so that's a sad time. Right, just need to be aware potentially of that armor node there. Come on, crit, crit. Wow. Overall, man, I really enjoyed that run. That was quite smooth. Like, 6-star Elektra, she's not too bad. I think the ability accuracy reduction for certain stuff in the future is going to have its time and place. So, wasn't the worst pull in the world. I quite enjoyed it, man. I quite enjoyed today's video. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think of 6-star Elektra in the comments section below. And again, if you do have any kind of additional tips or tricks or anything that we might have missed out in today's video, just leave them below as well. But aside from that, thank you so much for watching today's Elektra level up and gameplay video. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.